What's going on, everybody? Let me know if you guys can hear us. 3 degrees, that is crazy. 31 in the house.
Will you put this back on the pot?
What?
Because I don't remember.
Oh. Let me know if you guys can hear me.
Thank you.
Give everybody a few minutes to get in here. 49 in the house. Were you born in a barn? What's up, everybody? Somebody please let me know. All right. Thanks, Andrew. Definitely delayed tonight. So, hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Alicia, good to see you. Jason. Susan, good to see you. Melissa, all the way from North Carolina. I love it. What's up, Michael, Mark? Everybody do me a favor while we get started. Drop your city, state, country. Drop it in the chat. See where you're from. Joseph, Ireland. Good to see you. Gene Maxwell says, please get on with it. I will once I get to bed. Oh, you mean something different. Amber, good to see you. That's Lawson behind me. Say hi, Lawson.
Hi.
What's up, Kevin? West Bloomfield, Michigan. All right, we got some Michigan folks in here. 392. Sherwood, Michigan. Holy smokes. Sherwood, Michigan. Carol, Australia. I love Australia. Never been there, but sounds amazing. We measure snow in feet. Man, I know, like, it's crazy all the snow that you guys keep getting in New York. All right, guys, so Jean said she wanted to get right into it, like we're got some big party or something going on. But so no, I just want to go live this week, guys and gals. Honestly, last week we did not go live, and I want to personally apologize for that. It has been just so crazy, so busy, so many things going on that I'm sorry. I could not do it. I talked to Tim, who's one of our moderators. I just could not do it. I was so wore out from stuff going on during the week, as well as videos and editing, and I was just tired. So cold. What do you do here? So here, we just talk to you, Gene, because you're the star of the show. No, in all seriousness, we just hang out Friday nights and talk to all of you guys. And I know a lot of you look forward to these Friday night live just chats, Q&As, and to talk about what's been going on. And I did not do one last week, so I apologize to you, all of you, and just let you know that I did not have the time or energy last week. I just had to rest up a little bit. So that's the issue. But the real issue is I was spending the entire Friday evening last week doing a GoFundMe so people could buy me a free chainsaw. Just kidding. Matthew Stevens, there is no need here. My haircut. There is no need, Matthew, to announce your departure. Goodbye. You need a new home in Idaho Falls that is affordable. You need to define affordable, because to some that could be $100 a month, to some that could be $1,000. All right. Holy smokes, you guys are amazing. Keep the chat going. Keep asking questions. Let's see here. Landscaping is a huge endeavor in Florida. Absolutely. And guys, just so you're aware, I see Mary's comment here. So I can see like 4 or 5 comments at a time. So just keep them coming. Keep them coming. Copy, paste, whatever. Ask away. Also, if you want to everyone to see your question. You want us to read it, and it's like boom right in front of us. If you're on YouTube, the super chats pops really far, or really up real big, and I can see it. All right, catching up here. Where am I from? I'm from Michigan, Nathan. Where are you from? Michelle, good to see you. Thanks, Carrie. Appreciate that. Carol, good to see you. Yes, it has been like super busy. I can't even explain it. It's been cold here in Michigan. I got to do some more videos. We have some videos kind of that we've backlogged, but man, it's been so freaking just busy and cold out today. Like it, I know a lot of you, it's colder where you're at, but it was like 5 degrees this morning. Dean says, "Hey, your new viewer. Thanks for stopping by, Dean. Make sure you click that follow over there on Facebook. Your video of the local Karen dealt with folks. That's the thing, Dean. Like, thank you for speaking up here, grabbing this comment. So many people are like, oh my gosh, that stuff doesn't happen. It's so blah blah blah. Like, you have no idea. Like, people that come up while you're working in construction, lawn care, you're just walking down the sidewalk. It is crazy what you run into. Yes, a lot of you may not do it often, so you're like, what is going on? But I don't ever see this, but I'm telling you, there's some crazy, crazy stuff that happen out there the more you get out. Cindy, there is no drama. Did you show up and want some? No, there's no drama. The drama is I was not able to go live last week. Call it drama, call it what you want. I just said I wanted to apologize to everybody that I couldn't make it, but I am back this week. Annette says, I wish I had a neighbor like you here in Kalamazoo. You're a special family. So, Annette, the good thing is Kalamazoo is literally 10 minutes away. So we are right near Kalamazoo. Michelle, what is going on? Thanks so much, Michelle, for the $1.99 super chat. So see how Michelle's comment just went poof and popped. You can see it real easy. Thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate your continued support. Do I do landscaping for a living? No. So I do not do landscaping for a living. If you're watching the videos, you can probably tell. We learn as we go and just help others. Eileen says, what was in that shed? I have no idea what was in that shed. There's a lot of people who are frustrated because, Eric, I thought there'd be a car in the shed. Look, the video itself, there's literally an arrow pointing right to the shed. And, those who are expecting like $1 trillion in the shed, I'm sorry. Bottom line is that grass or brush was so stinking high, it about covered that shed. So just awareness there. Let's see here. What's your daily job? Why is everybody so interested in daily jobs? Geez. Are you anywhere near Waterville? Wow, I don't know how to say that. Ben Harbor, that is like, I don't know, like probably an hour, 2 hours away. But no, I have not been over to Ben Harbor. We're getting all kinds of requests to go to California, Florida, Australia. I think we had someone ask about going to Africa. So we might need to get out and travel. Am I dancing on Valentine's Day? Nancy, would you like me to dance on Valentine's Day? That was a great video last week. What was last week's video? Oh, that was the lady that had a few months ago, she had 2 months to live. So speaking of that, I'm glad you mentioned this. So there's so many people on here who wanted to update with that family. And we made that video and like no one has hardly watched it. So it just baffles my mind. So if you haven't watched that video, it is an update on from the lady that we worked with in Battle Creek, who only had a few months to live. We went back and did an update on her and actually did some more cleanup on the property. Thanks so much, Debbie Sue. Thanks, Jane. Don, there's always like We always have trolls. It's okay. When you get like more followers and people get more jealous and more angry, then you get more angry folks in here. Amanda, everyone wants to know what my job is. It's an OnlyFans account. Male stripping on OnlyFans. There you go. Let's see. If you only live close to me, I tell you, I wish I could clone myself, or we had crews everywhere. Just it's impossible. But we got people even reaching out in Detroit, Lawton, a lot of people in Kalamazoo, which is easy to get to. Battle Creek, Marshall. Let's see. What do you do in the winter with the snow? So, Linda, this year we have done a couple snow videos. We don't have a lot of snow. So we've been doing a lot of brush cleanup that you can do with a little bit of snow. I'm hoping the snow is like another month and it's gone. But really, we've been the last 2-3 weeks, it's been pretty slow. Good question, though. So Josephine can definitely do the raised garden. I like it. What's up, Greg? Toledo. So good to see you from Toledo. Man, we'll have to get down to Toledo sometime. Your comments are not being filtered. So everyone listen up. If you think your comments are being filtered, 99% chance they're not. There's so many comments in here, I can't see them all at once. So if you post and I don't see it, just copy and paste. My boss has a farm and vineyard. Awesome. Send me a direct message, Cheryl. I'd like to know more about that. You act like a cop on your property. I am not a cop. I can promise you that. They're all great videos. Let me go back to this. So let me expand on those. They went to bed or something. So I am not a cop. However, I've worked with law enforcement in many, many criminal cases, doing digital forensics and things of that nature. But I am not an official police officer. What are the downsides to what you're enduring? So there's nothing really that I'm enduring, Chris, and good to see you. I think you're local here in Portage or Kalamazoo area. There's I'm not sure what you're asking or how you want me to answer this, but there's not many downsides, I guess. I was just tired. Just a lot of stuff going on with work and family and everything else. It was just hard to once in a while you gotta take a break. So it was literally nothing, like there's no burnout. I was just downright, I was tired. I just fell asleep and I woke up and I was like, I was so tired I need to catch up on sleep. So if that's what you're meaning, I don't know if I answered it. But the other thing is too, is what are you enduring? So right now it's just cold out. It's super cold out and it's cold. And when it's cold and sunny, like I can't stand it. I'll be honest with you. Hurts your eyes. I hate it. And I just don't care for the snow. And I like to be outside working and doing things, and I could cut firewood and all that stuff, but that doesn't give me as much satisfaction as it does to help others. I could go out here with a mulcher, do stuff in my woods. Sure, I can do that. I can do that any day, but I enjoy helping others versus like taking care of my own stuff, which is probably ass backwards. Kimberly, good to see you. All right, again, just copy and paste, guys, if I'm missing them. Eric, Barry, 2 years, member for 32 months, part of the team. Yeah, so that's a good point. So, Tim's one of our moderators as well as Barry. We have a few others in here, but we have like an amazing audience and fans, all of you. And there is a membership. There's a membership on Facebook. There's a membership on YouTube. Now, what does a membership give you? Well, you get to light up real fancy like Barry, and we can see right away it's a member. So it kind of highlights. The other thing too is, we want to do more and do more perks, and we're working on some stuff with that, such as like monthly giveaways, and even like private member streams. So this is a public stream, so anyone out here can jump on it. But when you get into like the paying members that are, paying $5 a month or $100 a month, whatever it is, right? To help us kind of fund doing free yards, equipment, stuff like that. We want to give back to all of you and do more of a private stream where, there's however many are paying folks. We do some of those. That does not mean that we're not going to still do these. It's just an extra benefit and perk. So there's some discussion too on showing videos prior to the members. Honestly, it's hard to do that to get far enough ahead. So I rambled a lot there. I'm way behind. So copy and paste your chats. Birdie says if you type too many comments right together, they won't show them. How about a meet and greet at Arlene's? Where's Arlene's? Is that the one off of? Melissa? Is that the one off like by Firekeepers, or is that the next one in Marshall? So speaking of, I'm glad you mentioned this. So guys, if you ever see me in public, like you're gonna see, like people see me probably all the time. I've had a few people like, oh my gosh, is that really him? Like just talk to us and say hi. Like I'm, I love hearing from you guys. And if you see me and you want a picture, or you want anything crazy, like don't be scared. But anyway, I thought about doing the meet and greets. I certainly wouldn't want to do it here at the house, but we thought about renting a place or meeting up at a place. Maybe Arlene's is a spot like that. The other thing that we thought about doing, Melissa, is everyone wants to know kind of our story, or really my story, which is kind of our story as a family, and kind of how I grew up. I graduated from a small town school, 28 kids in the class. I think I was ranked 23rd in the class. I wasn't like straight A's or anything. Anyway, to tell the story and how we got to be able to do what we're doing now, kind of just my journey. And so I've been debating on doing that and traveling around. The bad part is that some of that would be, we'd have to charge admission to obviously travel and rent places. But I don't know if that's something anybody would be interested in or not. Like all your videos. So we have a ton of videos, Linda, on YouTube and Facebook on the woods, but we got a lot more to do. Like I was just out there, my wife and I and the kids went out last weekend. There's more trees down, and I need to get out there and do some mulching. I might do some on Sunday and do just a few clips of it. Amanda, yes, it was a little bit of a clue to my job, but it's not a cop. Thanks, Chris. You know what? That's a good question. We have a lot of people that are like, hey, like I've had in the past week. So, all right, you guys, you won't want to miss this. I'm going to tell you some crazy stuff. In the last week, I say it's crazy. Maybe it's not crazy. In the last week, I've had 5 people message me wanting a job or wanting to work with us. And I like, it's hard enough to fund everything we're doing. So I can't really hire workers. So it's very challenging. But anyway, so I've had a lot of people like Chris that are, I'm not saying Chris wants us to hire him, maybe he wants to help for free. Anyway, there's a lot of people who are offering to help, which is amazing. So we're going to look at doing some real large properties where maybe people can help, fans can help, kind of bring a tool or two, bring a rake, whatever it is in the, in the spring and summer. But we've got a ton of requests for that. The other question I get all the time, I kid you not, is I get questions that say, do you need a wife? Are you married? Like I'm telling you all the time. And it's from women that are 25 to women that are 75. So it's crazy. What was that? Lawson. What? Oh, I didn't know if you were out there. So did you ever find out what people were doing on our land? So on our land, so let me give you guys some updates here. On our land, and Barry, thanks so much for the super chat. I seen it pop up. I got to get to I'm way behind the comments. But thank you, brother. Like you're always here every week. Supporting, doing the whole moderator thing and everything. I love it. So I hope I'm saying it right. Suzanne. Anyway, uh, yes, yes and no. So our property is an old historic. I'm not going to bore everybody with it because a lot of you have heard it, but it's an old historic stagecoach that's, between Detroit and Chicago. There's like the first post office, like all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of history of the property. And so the other piece is, obviously a lot of people have interest in the history. They think there's like gold and everything else out here. We got a creek that runs through the property, so everyone thinks there's gold in the creek. So that's part of it. The other thing too is there's a lot of homelessness kind of in this area because it's along the highway kind of corridor. There's also a train that kind of goes through here. So sometimes people are just like cutting across to get to the highway, taking shortcuts. Sometimes people looking for stuff. So honestly, sometimes it's just people want to like they want to know where Eric lives and what Eric does. So it's a multitude of things. So vivid. I always screw this up. So where we go in Florida when we do go to Florida is typically Destin and Miramar Beach. So if anyone is in Miramar Beach and Destin, like send me a private message. John says, wax that head, buddy, bald. Bald is beautiful. So I'm trying to grow it back. I shaved it again this week. Or not shaved it, I just cut it down. I gotta get the hair to grow back here soon. What's up, Jacob? What's up, Rick? Tim is the bodyguard moderator. Guys, I am like, these comments, honestly, please copy and paste. There's so many comments and I don't want to miss them. And if you want them to be bold, become a member on YouTube because it pops up right away. So we get a lot of these questions too. So Karen, thanks for your question. I need a hot water heater. Can you help me? So the short answer is we can't. The reason we can't, Karen, is we do strictly outdoors work. And so we've expanded a little bit to do brush cutting, mulching, mowing, snow blowing. I haven't expanded any more than that. I've had people ask me about plumbing. I've had people ask me about water heaters, roofing, like all that stuff. Like bottom line, I don't have the time as part of it. But the other thing is, if I come and fix your water heater or I try to fix a toilet, it's going to be worse than it is now. And so it's just stuff that we don't do. Amanda says, do you get enough amazing work you do on labor? So it's a good question. So everyone should listen to this because a lot of people are curious in this and they think all YouTubers and creators are millionaires and all this stuff. So we do get paid a fraction. I say a fraction. When we get a lot of views, we do get paid, but it's strictly through ad revenue. So it depends on the time of year. It depends what advertisers want to advertise. It's not much. And then we also have sponsors periodically. So you'll see we'll do sponsored videos. So they do, give us to like sponsor their company, $500, $1,000, whatever it is. Obviously, the bigger you get as far as reach and followers, you can get more than that. But a lot of it's just out of our pocket. Like we bought the mower, and I think I did a video on it. But I think it was like $10,000 or $11,000, and we just paid that out of our pocket and paid ourselves back. And then I bought a Bobcat, and then I didn't like the Bobcat, so I sold the Bobcat, then bought a trailer, and then got some work done on the barn. So it's not like oodles of money by any means. We also get a lot of comments too, Amanda, from people like, Eric, you went and helped that person and you were there 4 hours and you mulched all these trees. Like the yard I did a couple weeks ago with all that by the, the shed. Everyone's like, what's that cost? And Tim and Barry, I know they're kind of familiar with this stuff, but I'm sure a shed like that is that or overgrowth like that and bringing in that heavy equipment, spending 3-4 hours. Like I'm guessing if they were to pay somebody, it'd probably be like $1,000. And if you're spending, you know, an entire day at someone's property, it's probably 1,500 to 2,000, depending on the equipment you bring. So, you know, that includes travel and all that stuff. So, again, trying to give you guys some inside knowledge, I guess, of what we should be charging, what we don't charge, but we do get money back. It does help for gas. It does help for fuel. But, you know, I went out and bought a snowblower because I thought I was going to snow a lot. Snowblower was $2,300. Did I have to buy a $2,300 snowblower? Probably not. I wanted one that was going to last, and it snowed like twice. So, what the heck do you mean by a cop on your yard? So I'm not sure what you're talking about. We've had cops that actually. So we have, in addition to the yard work we do, we've had issues in the back of our property where we had trespassers and we've had other stuff going on. So the cops have been out here a few times on that. We've also had cops show up at lawns that we mowed. One, the funeral home they showed up at, another one they showed up at because the lady thought we were going to harm her, and it was so bizarre. But I have no idea what your comment means. Woodland, good to see you. Ronnie, good to see you. Adventures with Bobby B's, another moderator, good to see you. It's cold in New York. I bet you it is. Kansas is in the house. I think I already mentioned that. Mentioned Tim's comment. So Tim's great. Tim keeps up on all the trolls that come in, and he'll delete people and ban them. So I love it. But Kalamazoo Speedway. Yeah, so Kalamazoo Speedway is. So I'm not doing a meet and greet at Kalamazoo Speedway. Like, look, speedways aren't my thing necessarily. I like racing, but I like dirt track racing and sprint cars. I don't think Kalamazoo. I think Kalamazoo has pavement. Thanks so much, Jason Ray. Brittany J, what's going on? Not much. We took a week off. Good to see you, Barbara. Dawn, don't be sorry. Marcy, good to see you. 8 degrees, that's crazy. So kind of like OnlyFans. So OnlyFans. So actually, I really don't have an OnlyFans. I only kid about it, but I wish I did. What are you doing, Landon? Right. I wish I did though, because OnlyFans you can make a ton of money. Like I could literally get my hair cut and shave off my hair, put it in a bag and sell it. All kinds of crazy stuff. M. Rick, good to see you. New to the channel, live. Thanks, man. All right, I'm catching up. Planka says, damn. All right, here we go, right there. Barry, thanks so much. I'm caught up. I'm going to go all the way to the beginning, or not the beginning, the end of the chat. So copy and paste stuff in. Landon wants to come out here every night that I'm live and just do goofy stuff. But thanks, Barry. All right, I'm going to go all the way. So if you posted anything, I didn't mention it. Oh, my God, I'm so far behind. I know you have seen a Karen. Nathan says, knows I have seen a Karen. No, I haven't seen a Karen in a while. It's been a few weeks. Or probably it's back 4 weeks. Eric needs a scuba suit. Yes. So, too funny. There's a lot of channels out there. So they need a scuba suit. They need like their 5th RV. Like all kinds of stuff. Griff is right. Right there's Griff. What are you doing? What's up, Linda? We haven't seen you in a long time either. What do you do during your off time? I don't really have off time. So there's a lot to do in social media, right, Lawson? Mm-hmm. There's a lot to do with social media, right? Yeah. You gonna go with me tomorrow? Or Sunday? Or Sunday? Yeah. Oh, okay. Night. Are you going in bed or are you staying out there?
I'm going to bed soon.
Okay. I'll be in there a little bit.
Okay, love you.
Love you. What do you do during your day off or time off? So I don't really have time off. I do a lot of research. I'm always studying. I'm always trying to make videos for you guys. We have sports that the kids are in, stuff like that. Griff, I don't have. Griff, stop. Okay, what's going on from Birch Run? Night, Lawson. Well, you look like a. All right, guys. If I really look like I gotta put the old hat on. There we go. Is that better, Barry? Lawson's fighting with his brother all the time. You want a T-shirt from Scuba Steve? Awesome. Winston is in bed. HOA. No news on the HOA. None. No fire tonight. No, we didn't do a fire tonight. I got it over there. And GoFundMe for my suntan. Absolutely. What's up, Pam? Pat says he's back there on my land. That's funny. Nice hat. So it'd be a nice hat if they actually sent me some products. Burglar. You're awesome. I try to pick up some hints on gardening. So I don't know if you should pick up hints on gardening for me. Like I'm a rookie, honestly. Like Tim, I think I fast forwarded to the comments, but on that big yard with the shed, Tim and Barry, I don't know how much you think that would cost if we charge people. Don't you think it'd be like $1,000? Garbage trucks of Tucson. Good to see you. I do not, but I have $250 saved up for it. But no, I haven't got it yet. When a fire is cold. Guys, you want me to get the fire going? I'll get the fire going. Just let me know. What's my opinion on a Chinese aircraft? I have no idea. Like, I've read a lot about that. I'm not like a conspiracy theorist or anything. I don't know what they're doing with that. They said it just drifted over from China, I guess. I don't know. You should. You should do one. How many lawns do you cut a week? So right now, not many because it's snowing. But usually we try to do at least 2 a week. Which I know you're like, 2 a week? Well, look, we do this stuff for fun, like as a hobby. And we do it after, like after hours. So Auntie, I'm so glad you mentioned this. You just triggered Eric's frustration. So we tried to do something like this. We're going to fix up our barn more than we fixed it up and rent it out or do weddings, parties, and stuff like that. And the township said we can't do it because we're zoned residential and that's a commercial establishment. And they also said in order for us to do that, we would have to spend about $9,000 going through their process, and good luck on getting it to pass. So we did not do anything with it. But I would like to. I think it'd be cool to get like a tiny house that's like pre-manufactured because I suck at building. But a tiny house or a container house thing or whatever, and do an Airbnb with that. That'd be cool. My wife doesn't think so. Carrie, Carrie. Sorry, I am like screwing up tonight. Corey, good to see you. Too many balloons. Lots of balloons. You love me and my dog. Thanks so much, Brenda. It's a UFO, not a balloon. I'm staring in the spring. I'm starting in the spring at 20 an hour. That's cheap. How's the GoFundMe going? So we didn't start the GoFundMe. I was joking about that. Like I probably should do it. A few of you have said to do it. I might do it just to see how it goes. But it's so irritating when I see there's one channel in particular that does one like weekly. It's like an RV swimsuit this, that. I'm just like, I guess that's brilliant. I guess I'm just dumb. Light the fire. So Valinda, so I want to share something with everybody here. Like, I love trimming bushes. I love bush. I love trimming bush. Does anyone need their bush trimmed? If you need your bush trimmed, drop a number 10. Absolutely. Your husband's an arborist and he recently used both steel and echo. Yeah, so Tim is talking to me about getting an echo as well. So that actually I have my eyes on echo. I won't use the steel because they're expensive. You're in Texas. Oh yes, that's crazy. I heard about the ice storm.
Okay.
I
Probably.
love you. Run it out for donations to worthy charity. A container garden? No way. Like, I don't do the garden thing. Thanks, Kathleen. Balloons are everywhere. Like, it's crazy. The next thing you know, there's gonna be 5 of them from Russia, like all over the place. It's absolutely nuts. Blue houses, she has no, or blue houses, I have no bush. Yeah, touching your bush. He's tired. Like, they're tired. Like, this time of night. Like, usually he's in bed by like 8:30. Good night, Doreen. They are. They like their dad, they can be challenging. Good to see you, Caps Cattle Empire. Oops. Michelle, thanks so much for the super chat. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. So I totally screwed up and fast forwarded through all the comments. So I think Melissa, I don't know if Melissa's still here. She may be at Arlene's now. I don't know. I think she said Arlene's. But would people be interested in, like, if we, I don't say travel. I guess I'll say travel. We traveled around the different localities, different cities and stuff, and we actually did like shared our story and our message. It's not like super religious, but it's really the story about what we've done. Where's the lakes there? Thanks, Jeff. Good to see you. Julie, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. But yes, honestly, we love trimming the bush. I like the long yards too, but the bushes that are super tall, the poison ivy, cleaning that up. I don't get poison ivy. It's amazing. Good night. Thanks, Amanda. Good to see you. Hope you have a good weekend. Sounds amazing. So you're talking about trimming bushes. Sounds amazing. Honestly, it's so much fun, but it's so tiring. Oh, you're talking about the story. Yes. I would love to come and just come and play your equipment. That sounds interesting. I'm just kidding. That is funny though. Yeah, so we are thinking about doing that. I don't know where or how or anything. I haven't figured that piece out, but yeah, we thought about doing something like that. I just got to figure out the schematics. Like, the talking and all that stuff and the present. I'm not worried about that. Just the schematics of getting the word out, inviting people, find the venue, and whether it's a church, it's a school, it's I don't know, whatever it is. Because here's the thing, like, our mission and our story is not just for, like, adults. It's for like every generation, no matter if you're a kid in school and you aspire to do something different, whether you're, you know, in your upper teens, whether you're in your 20s, your 30s, whether you're retired, like it really covers all genres. Um, and I really mean that. Now, granted, I haven't been to the retired age, but the concept of how we did stuff, the mentality to get through kind of doing what you want and doing anything you want really resonates with anyone, regardless of age. There's a lake in Michigan's. There is no lakes in Michigan to go ice fishing. I've seen people on Gull Lake today in Richland, Michigan. All right, I'm catching up here. What's going on, Williams James? Williams James. The brush with those small trees. Yeah, that's fun. What's up, Roger? Jeff, so since we haven't been publicizing a lot of that as much, they don't seem to be here as much. And the couple that I'll say 3 people that we did catch, they do know if they're caught again that they will be arrested. Corey says, traveling and spreading your mission sounds amazing. So maybe we should do that. Corey, send me a direct message and Messenger or whatever. Yeah, Messenger on Facebook. Let me know like what area you're from. But we would love to do that. You'll rent the pavilion out. Thanks, Tim. Man, such a nice guy. I love your stump grinder, and my husband and I are jealous. So we have all right, so we have a brush mulcher. Some people call it forestry mulcher, but it's really a brush mulcher is what they call it. We have that. That's the big, long thing on the back of the tractor that, goes down and up and spits everything out. And then we have the stump grinder, which actually is the handheld thing that goes underground. So both of them certainly have their own use cases, but the stump grinder is a lot of fun. The first time I did it, I sucked at it. The second time, I didn't suck quite as bad, but I'm getting better at it. But what I'd really like to get eventually is one that's like a bigger stump grinder that you can stand out in front of it. It's on 4 wheels, but those are like so expensive. Have a good night, Laura. Good to see you. Come to New York. Tim and I will rent the following day. I'm not working. Have you ever gone to tip-ups in your area? Lisa, there's a tip-up festival down in Quincy, Michigan. And we went down there probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Since then, like every year they've canceled because the ice was too slushy. I shouldn't say they've canceled. They've canceled the ice activities and because the ice has been too slushy or it's been too thin. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl, Eric? So, you know what? Like, honestly, there were 4 teams that were playing last weekend, and the two that won, I can't stand. So, if I had to pick, oh gosh, I don't even know. I don't know who I would pick. I don't like either team. I can't stand Mahomes. I can't stand Philadelphia. But I guess if I had to pick one, I don't even know. It'd be a coin toss. I don't care for either of those teams or quarterbacks. Nikki, good to see you. I hope you're well. We cannot. Brian, so we've been thinking about that very thing. But yeah, we'll see. I just heard dollars as Eric's furnace kicked on. Man, I tell you, you're right there. Our house is so big, our wood burner don't do anything but in the living room. Melissa, good to see you. more of a college football. Yeah, no, we definitely will. Speaking of ice fishing, you're off to bed and a fishing derby tomorrow night. Good to see you. Keep hearing. I thought they went to bed. Good luck, Barry. Drew, good to see you from Panama. I was in Panama City last August. We were down there in, babe,
Yeah.
what's the name of that hotel or that place we stayed? Do you remember?
Oh gosh.
We stayed at Panama City Beach in some like resort. I don't even know what it's called, but it was
I
like
can't remember.
it's like a big U shape. I don't know. It was like Party Central. Sandra, good to see you.
I'll have to look it up. I don't remember.
Absolutely, there are a ton. There are a ton. So, all right. So Brian, so I think Mahomes is awesome. What I don't like is his arrogance and cockiness. Dawn, good to see you from Gaylord. Get some chickens for free eggs. So here's the other thing, Dawn. We can't have chickens on our property because it's residential. We're not allowed them. Cool, get a 50-incher. 50-incher or what? Chiefs. I would say probably if I had to pick in the two between the two, I would say the Chiefs over the. I'd rather have the Chiefs win, I think, than the Eagles. But they're both like full of arrogance. Sue, good to see you. Tim said hello, Jessica.
Hi.
She's cleaning Winston's play area. Really, in Rhode Island, we can, and we can. So we have 20 acres, and we can't have chickens, we can't have goats. I think we're only allowed technically 2 dogs. Like I mean, 2 dogs is plenty. I mean, we got 1 dog now, but it's just crazy. The township is out of their mind here. And number 18 stuff from NASCAR. I have no idea. Put a long day in. All right. Have a good night. It is crazy, you know. And the thing is the neighbor down the road has, I think he has like 40 or 60 acres, and they were doing like a go-kart track. I did a video on this a long time ago. They have a go-kart track out by their house, and they'd hold like little meets there with people go-karts. The township basically wrote them a letter and said you can't do that because you're residential and you're doing a commercial operation, even though it was free and everything. Just absolutely crazy. Man, I don't want on that stuff. No, we don't have no HOA. Sad thing, those rules are because someone went wild. You know, I'm not sure. I haven't been in the area long enough. I will tell you that, you know, the generation, I think that's the generation and the mentality of folks that run the township over here, like they do not want anything changed. Like you could literally, something that's so simple. Okay, so here's a prime example. There's a house in the neighborhood that's for sale, right? And the house is for sale is a repo, went back to the bank, needs work. People bought it, it needs repairs, and literally the city will not let the new owners that bought it, they will not let them take possession, or I should say move into the house until everything is fixed by a licensed contractor. Well, here's the thing. There's things on the list like the counter's loose. You need to tighten it. Like that's a screw. Like there's so much stuff on there. So people are just not buying it. That's how petty the township is. Like I get like if you have a bad roof or something like that, but I'm talking like silly stuff. So It don't matter what it is. In the township, they're going to try to condemn the property or the house. They will fight, and they'll spend $100,000 on attorney fees just to make a point. That's how stupid they are. And I hope they're watching. Hey, Erica. What's going on, Ramona? Catching up here. It's the township is what's our township name? Charles. Our township is Charleston Township. And honestly, Charleston Township, you can go, you can read the zoning, you can go read all the bullshit. Like, they literally are ridiculous. Like, there's a racetrack down the road. The racetrack's been here for 50 years or longer, brings an income to the area. And there's go into the meeting minutes, look at the meeting minutes. There's so much crap about them trying to screw the racetrack over. The racetrack wants to expand. They want to do repairs on their bleachers, and they're just constantly dinging them. It's so bad that I had somebody from the township a few years ago want me to fly my drone over the racetrack to give them footage so they could see what the racetrack's doing. And I said no. What's up, Mariah? Yeah, so we're a little bit outside the city, so they call it a township. I hear you. It's absolutely nuts. They might want the property. I don't know what for. I know the previous owners that were there, they always like had it out for them too. I mean, somebody turned us in because we were siding the house. I made a big deal about it. We needed a permit. We didn't pull a permit to side the house. And so like, I'm like, okay, well, how much does a permit cost? They're like, well, it's free. You just got to fill the paperwork. Okay, I'll do it when I get back from wherever I was going. Just like,
I think we were in Alabama.
yeah, we were on our way to Alabama, and our camera system went off while I was driving. I seen somebody on the property, so I came across on the audio, and I was like, what are you doing? He held his paper up. I actually got a video of it on my YouTube channel. Held his paper up like, I'm the inspector. And so then he ended up calling me, and I talked to him. He's like, oh, it's free. Just a bunch of assholes. All right. Brutus, you're so happy. You're so happy and you're so lucky to be able to deal with that. Like, we were going to turn the barn into like a wedding thing and make it all nice and fancy, and they want no part of that. They want no part of people having chickens or goats. I think at one point, weren't they gonna? Somebody had a chicken thing, like a chicken house, and they were gonna pay $700 to go have it ran over and demolished because it's against the law, and the owner wasn't responding.
But you can have chickens in some cities.
I know.
Like
What's up, Tanya? It is. It's a bunch of dicks. And I hope the dicks are watching. It's because you gotta I can dig it up. You gotta like do the code, lock it, then do the code again, unlock it, and then it'll be fine.
Oh.
It's something that
Is
kids
it
always
like
screw up.
frozen?
Sabrina, good to see you. Tim, I missed your comment. Al, again, good to see you. Russell, hello. Hand, pink, waving. Good to see you. I do so many. I don't know, Erica. You know, and I know what Tim was saying. I remember now. Short-term memory. So that's a thing. It's funny because Jessica and I were talking. You think that you'd buy the property, you have land, you can do whatever the hell you want to do, and you can't. There's like all these rules. And I get it, there's rules, but when you have acreage and you can't like have chickens or have a goat or have 3 dogs, or you want to build like a little shed, like technically we can't even build another shed without going to get a permit because we have 2 outbuildings, and that's all you're allowed. It's asinine. Do you go to town? No, I don't. I did once, and it just wasn't worth. I mean, here's the thing. So the way it's structured is there's a township, and then there's like the township person. Then they got like a planning board. The planning board is basically 7 replicas of the township person, and they all say no and agree with everybody and everything. So you almost gotta like beg and plead to get anything to go, and like half the neighborhood went down to fight the guy that got the go-kart thing shut down, and they sat there and were like, those are the rules, those are the rules. And even the one guy said, I have 2 acres like further down, it's in a more private area where there's not much traffic. It's a 2-acre plot with and we'll just put a track down there. They said, no, you can't. And he said, why can't I? It's a commercial plot. You're not zoned for that. Even though it's a commercial plot, we don't have anything zoned to allow go-kart racing. So they got the zoning so tight that like if you want to water your flowers, you gotta go ask for permission. Like it's ridiculous.
I feel like if we would have known that. What is that?
He won't?
Did he?
I don't know. Hey, what's going on? So we're allowed so Auntie, we're allowed 2 outbuildings. We have fixed up the outsides of them. But in order to like if we wanted to do like weddings, we would have to fix the inside up. So just as an example, we would have had to pay, I don't know what it costs. It was gonna be like, let's say $20,000 to repair the inside of them. Before we went and repaired the inside to do it like the wedding thing like we wanted to, we had to go to the township. We went to the township and they said, basically, you can pay up to $5,000 to $10,000 for all these permits, and we can vote on it. But we're telling you, you're fighting an uphill battle. So we didn't want to pay the $20,000 and then get denied, and I also didn't want to pay $5,000 or $10,000 and still get denied. So we just said screw it and didn't do anything. Have ass wipe before you drop a deuce. I mean, usually you drop a deuce first and then you wipe. Well, I understand they want money for each thing we're doing. Like, I get it. But for them to say, like, we're not going to approve you or good luck, like, if I knew it was going to pass, I'd pay the $5,000. Oh, boy. I agree. Weather here is, what's up, Griff? The weather here, I think, is like 15 degrees. It's supposed to be 30 tomorrow and 40 Sunday, but no snow right now. What's up, Janet? All right, so Janet, here's the deal. I was in a political seat for about 2 years. So I actually I was on a local school board for a couple of years, and it was a good experience, and I had a decent time, but I will never do that again. The reason is because it don't matter what your opinion is. If the hierarchy is so in any, I don't mean to get in politics, but I had things that I wanted to change I thought were good, as well as the community. But if you have 7 people on a board and only 2 or 3 of you are for some of this stuff and the other 4 are always against it, like, you never win. So you expound all this energy for what? And so I'm also not one to go along with the crowd and let's just like agree on everything. Like, if I agree, I'll agree, but I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff. So I'm just probably not the right one for politics. I fought for our city council. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, it's the city or the township's just nuts. So a lot of questions on this the last few, probably about the last 2 months. Have I went back and helped the angry Karens? or the angry Karen, I should say. I have not been back to that neighborhood. No, I'm not going to help her. Like, I just can't be treated like that. So, no, I'm not going to help her. We did have other people contact us from that neighborhood, though, that want help. So we may go back. I don't want to deal with having her show up again. So I don't want any snow. No snow for me. I was a volunteer director for Little League and Little League football. It was very tough but rewarding. Kudos to you, Ron. Like, that's hard stuff. Like, I've coached some of the boys' stuff in the past. What did I coach? I coached basically baseball, I think, is what I coached baseball and football. It's hard. You know, it's like there's so many commitments and politics and parents and, you know, it's really tough, especially at kids at the young Little League age, because the philosophy is to have the kids try to play even amounts, so they get used to the sport. They can excel as they get older. But, you know, what we see is it's probably different in each community, but a lot of the kids that are playing, it's like they do let the kids that aren't that experienced play, but it's minimal, and there's just so much uproar on it. The number one thing, though, here's the number one thing I wish that Little Leagues would change across all school districts. And I say school districts are usually not ran by the school, but they're some way affiliated in some shape, way, or form. But I would rather, for our kids, I would rather pay more per season. I'd even pay $100 more per kid if we got a coach that wasn't a parent, that was a parent of a kid on a team. That is the struggle, because each community has their little cliques, and I get it. And some communities are better than others, but I just think, to be fair across the board, and I was a coach, right? And I know how it works. I was frankly harder on my kid than I was any other kids. But at the end of the day, I would rather pay more money and have them pay a coach that's not a parent, just to give a different perspective and give the kids a chance. But it just, there's so many people don't want to pay extra money, and it's hard to do. So, Ron, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but thank you for what you do. Or what you did, I should say. Take it to a TV crew. So the TV crews, they don't, around here, they're not going to follow us. 6 degrees in Detroit, that's cold. All right, guys, we've been on here for about an hour, and so we're going to hang it up. I got some stuff to do tomorrow, sports and such, but probably a lawn at some point this weekend, or brush, I should say. But thanks, everyone, for I did coach soccer one year, too. That's right. Thanks, everyone, for your support, your continued support on the channel, watching the videos, sharing the videos, commenting, liking, super chats, on and on and on. Certainly appreciate all of you. And we're going to have a new video out on Sunday, so just awareness there. And I apologize again, and I'm sorry it wasn't on last week, but definitely enjoyed hanging with you all this week. So we'll see you on the video on Sunday, and everyone have a blessed weekend and a great week. Take care.